There we go. I am now unmuted. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. It's Kate Richburg. It's great to have you all here. Welcome to Friday. We made it through this week, my friends. It is Friday, May 3rd, and we are going to have a great show today. I've got so much to show you. I've got all this stuff. I did want to show you. Can you hear me now? Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. I have the door. Oh, he just went inside. Oh, Alfred wrecked my surprise. I don't know if you folks have been watching Alfred lately on my socials. See, look, you can see outside. It's such a nice day today. If you've been watching Alfred on my socials, but he brings in sticks to us every day. So today he had several that were out here on the patio. So I was going to show you the big guy, but he doesn't need to be shown because he just waddled in. So I think it's because he thinks it's time for his mid-morning snack. But let me get my glasses clean. I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to close this door because it's a little, I don't want anything interfering from the outside. And let's get this show on the road. I know you folks I know the clock on my wall, I need to get a new clock is what I need to do because it has a mind of its own. So, but at least it's running, sort of. We'll see. I don't know. Time is but a construct, right? Yeah, he's bringing kindling for sure. So next Friday, we're going to be celebrating with Janice. It's her birthday next Friday. So we're going to do a live broadcast together next week, which is going to be really fun. She has a great project that she and Drea have cooked up. It's going to look really, really fantastic. I just changed the batteries, Leslie. So I'm not sure what it needs. What I need is a fresh clock is what I need. So, but whatever. I just put new batteries in it. It was forever at like 315 or something like that. But whatevs. Let me clean off my my camera here on my phone. Let's get that into the holder. Then I'll add it to the broadcast. We've got a lot to go over today. Let me make sure that's correct. There we go. I've been working on some of the new stuff this morning. So I was up and then I was chatting with Janice and then I was chatting with Drea and then it was crazy. So then I realized, better take a shower and get out here so I can see you folks. But we are good and ready to go. So you saw the buttons this morning, which is evidenced by you folks are buying them, which thank you so much. I'm going to show you some of my favorites. And then I'm going to show you a trick that I love with buttons. We're actually going to make something today as well because it's Friday and I feel like making something, right? I just have to check one thing on the back end here. So bear with me here just a moment while I do that. But I'm super stoked for our, pardon me, our broadcasts next week. Next week, we've got some fun stuff playing around with Tyla beads, which is going to be good. And then we will have Janice's birthday broadcast next Friday, which is going to be really fun. Oh, yeah, this is what I wanted to do. So just bear with me here just a second. Thank you for doing that. And I want to do this. There we go. All right. Back to it. Back to being focused on you. Yeah. Oh, I know that. There's so many black cats that I follow on Instagram. I really, really want to get Alfred and Chris like matching, aloha shirts, camp shirts, because Chris loves camp shirts. And I have a feeling Alfie would love camp shirts as well, except Alfred, he would have to wear like a toddler, like husky toddler size. So yeah, it's kind of funny. Very funny. Yes, I am wearing, I'm glad you noticed this. Kim, you noticed this. I have it on, do you remember those leather strands that we did in Tucson? Those pre-made leather ones? So yeah, I nabbed one of these beautiful Cameroon beads, and I wore it last night to my dad's birthday party. I'm wearing it again this morning. I thought it looked really great with these earrings, so it was fun. So a big belated, I didn't really say yesterday, but we did a lot of birthday wishes on Wednesday. So many birthdays in May, but it was my dad's birthday yesterday, my father-in-law's birthday yesterday. So, and Janice's birthday is coming up next week. So May is full of birthdays, which is awesome. I love to celebrate special days. So, okay, let's take a look at some of the buttons, just real quick. And then I'm going to show you two tricks. We're going to do an earring with a bead that I am in love with in the studio, in the bead shop studio. And then we're going to do something with the buttons. Just as a reminder, my friends, if you missed the broadcast actually yesterday, when we talked about Bead Shop Studio, I want to go over it just a little bit. Do remember that, let me go ahead, I'm going to share this page. So let me get over there real quick, just so we're all on the same page. Okay, bear with me here just a second. Let me share my screen. And I want to share this screen, always making sure that I'm sharing the correct screen. There it is. Okay. No, I don't want to be on mixes. I want to be on homepage. Okay, there we go. So here it is. Here's the homepage, as you can see. Let me close out this admin thing. And our Bead Shop Studio finds all of our Bead Shop Studio stuff. If you scroll down, you'll see it here. The buttons are available now. You'll also find it in a couple of places. Drea put these up on the homepage. The Bead Shop Studio items won't always be on the homepage, but she did it today just because they're fresh. You can also find it as you scroll down, this link right there. And you can also find it right here, the second thing on our pull-down menu. Bead Shop Studio stuff, when I add to them, you'll know, you'll get a notice in the newsletter to look. I won't always go live with new Bead Shop Studio stuff, but sometimes I will. I don't know. Depends on like my time load, stuff like that. But I did want to go over just the fine print just one more time, and then I know all you all will know. But do remember, Bead Shop Studio stuff, they're coming directly from our studio to yours. So they're getting filled out here in Fresno in our Bead Shop Studio here. Items are limited in quantity and sold on a first come, first served basis. Remember, adding to cart doesn't mean that they're yours. You have to complete the checkout process to do that. Coupons and rewards cannot be applied to Bead Shop Studio items, but you do get your rewards points towards your VIB status. So that's great. Your rewards and status and all that kind of stuff. All of these Bead Shop Studio items are final sale. So do make sure that you want this stuff that you're purchasing. If there's an issue with quality or anything, please let us know. But know that these items are final sale. And shipping notes. Bead Shop Studio items are going to ship directly from my studio here in Fresno. If you also have regular items from our regular fulfillment center in Idaho, those will be two separate shipments. And unfortunately, you'll be charged for Bead Shop Studio shipping and for regular Bead Shop items. Okay. I am going to ship here on Fridays and Mondays, usually, right? we'll let you know if there's any kind of shipping delays or anything like that. I don't foresee that at all, however. And you'll get your shipping notifications and everything just the same. If your order has not been fulfilled, like I haven't filled any orders from yesterday or today yet. If you make some orders after this show and you've already made some orders this morning and you make another, put in the order notes. It really helps me if you put your order number in the notes. And then I can combine those two and I'll refund you any shipping overages. I was looking through the notes today, so thank you so much for putting those notes in. Super helpful though if you have your order number. If not, I get it. I can look it up. And I also see some of you put in, please combine with any future orders I might make today. I'll try and look for those as well. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to consolidate all that shipping. What I'm going to do though, you may see your shipping notification and then you'll see your refund shipping notification probably a little bit later because I'm going to do all shipping refunds all together at once. I've got to maximize my time. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Here we've added some new stuff. You can see these buttons. We're going to look at some of these buttons close up. And we've also put up, let me go all the way down. There's a few things left from the sale yesterday. Not many. Things are showing sold out. There are a few more of these Cameroon bicones that I'm wearing, which I love. I put the limited edition Czech strands back up into this collection. They are super limited. We don't have very many left. So if you do want to add those in, you can grab those and toss those into your cart. I also brought back, I had a very few of these heart beads left over from our Tucson sale. I put them in here. And I don't know if you noticed, let me go down here. There's a new, I also grabbed, I think we have like 2 strands left. These Black Cat rectangle beads. I got them when I was in Tucson. They were really fun. I'll show them to you. I have them here. They're the Alfred beads. They're really kind of hilarious. So I had to have them. See, they've got, I mean, come on. I know. But maybe I'm a little bit of a crazy cat lady, but I can't help it. I love it. Also, I'm going to show you, we have 2 dog buttons too that you may have seen on our Facebook group. So let me just do, oh, Cindy, that's so great. Thank you. Our fulfillment center, they do a great job. They jump in, they really communicate with us. They work really hard. So we're very, very lucky to have a good crew to do our fulfillment. And let me just jump in and do my due diligence here and tell you to find us on all of our socials. Let me add this to the stage so it goes over to the side. Don't forget, the deal. All the socials, Facebook group, Instagram, Pinterest. Hit that like and subscribe button over on YouTube. Hit us up with any questions at info@beadshop.com. And if you make anything with any of our stuff, hit us up with that hashtag or the at beadshop.com, especially on Insta. And we'd love to add you to our stories. That's that story. Okay. Any more questions that I've got? Let me see. I'm so glad I'm not the only crazy cat lady around here, but we do have some crazy dog ladies. I don't know, other crazy animal ladies. Drea used to be a crazy bunny lady when she had the bunny. So, birds, whatever. Our furry friends are, what would our lives be without them? All right, so let's take a look. What I also forgot to mention, I've got 2 bags that our vendor sent. Let me put them down here. 2 bags of, let me highlight these, of beads that he just sent me, which was awesome. This is what I'm going to be using later. Let me move this over. Let me move this over. There we go. Got a little bit of this leather background today, which I kind of like. We got these buttons. Let me put them in here. I'm going to give everybody free buttons in their orders. from yesterday or from today, not from yesterday. These are going to go with your button orders today. So if you've made a button order or whatever, from the Bead Shop Studio, they're not going to be in your regular, obviously, bead shop stuff because I'm not filling those orders. But anything from today, look at these. Look at these vintage. These are old. Just look at them. I want to keep every single one. I'm just gonna, I want to be super greedy and just give them to myself. Maybe I'll keep this one because look, it has, can you see that? It has a pear and an apple on it. I'm keeping this one. Sorry, that's not going to you. Oh, look, no, that's that pear one I'm keeping. But yeah, look at how beautiful these are. So I am going to, in your button orders or whatever you make today from Bead Shop Studio, I was saving these to go with the button, sale. So I just love them. It's the first time I've dumped them out. I couldn't dump them out and look at them too soon because I would end up keeping them. Look at that old school like dragon one. Aren't they nice? I know. I want to keep them just like they are. I do, but I'm gonna break them up. I'm gonna send them out into the world. They need to breathe. They need to breathe air. Look at how old these bags are. They've been in these bags for forever, right? Look at this one. I don't know who's gonna get this one. I don't know. I might have to keep this one too. But look at it. Isn't that so good? So these are all vintage. It was a lovely gift from our supplier that he sent for me to send along to you folks. So look at this one. Look at that. Let's just play button store right now. All right. So these are going to go out with your, look at this one. They're all glass. So they're all vintage glass. They're Czech. These were probably made between about 1950 to the 80s, probably, is when these were all made. They're made in steel molds, right? And really, really cool. So it's just a button mix. Some are probably older than others. Look at this square one. Look at that. Oh, so good. My mom, I think he sent those bags for me, for sure, Ma. Just aren't they great? Look at this one. Let's just look at these for a little while longer. Look at that one. It's gorgeous. Okay. So when you make an order today, or if you've made an order today earlier, these were, and I was saving this as an announcement on the live show. So, but all of you all will be getting, at least one. It just depends on how many orders I get. So, but don't worry. If I run out, I still have a few more. I have a few more buttons that I can toss in your order. So don't worry. Everyone will get a button. I feel like Oprah. You'll get a button, and you'll get a button. Look at this one. Look at that. Look at that with that flower. Oh, so good. So good. I have a big button collection. Some of you know this. I've talked about it. My gran and I used to collect buttons when I was little. The Beverly's Fabrics in Gilroy used to have a button. Maybe that's why I love this so much. They had a button bin that you could just comb through. And they had, every button was 10 cents. And they had like rhinestone buttons. They had all kinds of stuff. So gorgeous. So if I was very good that day when Gran did her errands and running her errands and stuff, we'd go to Beverly's and I could pick out some buttons. So I'd pick out like a little bag of like, maybe 5 buttons or something, give the lady my 50 cents and go on my way. So I still have all of those buttons, right? All of these buttons in my collection of buttons that I just look at. Sometimes I put them on a special piece that I make, but these buttons are meant to go out into your button collection. So I will, I'll put some little bags together and you'll find them in your orders as a little gift. So okay, there you go. Take a final look. If anyone wants to take a screenshot of this just to have it, let me raise this up just a little. Let me center this because I'm going to take a screenshot too, because we won't have these again. I don't know, maybe we will, but I don't think so. There we go. Let me cover this. Make it nice for the screenshot. You can always crop it later. But there we go. Okay, I know, Janice. Kate, step away from the buttons. If anybody wants to screenshot, do it now. I did mine. Okay, perfect. All right. I'm stepping away from the buttons. So let's take a look at some of my favorite buttons from this grouping that we have. And Janice, I'm gonna start with these. You're gonna like these, JP. There were a lot of these are contemporary, but two of the styles that our vendor sent are vintage. Okay. And these, let me get this a little closer. Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. Just the orders that you make today with beadshopSTUDIO. I'm sorry. They're from here, but there's so many cool buttons that you can grab. These two are vintage. These are pre-World War II. Most of these buttons, just a little bit of a backstory on the buttons. Most of these buttons have been made in they're button molds, they're metal molds. And I'm looking around, I don't have any of my dies or molds here. They're all at my other studio. I was going to try and pull one to show you, but what it looks like is it's like a big, almost like puck, like, you know, a big metal piece of steel. And then they put the molten glass in them and mold them, right? The pink is so gorgeous. Aren't these great? This one is 22 millimeter. Terry, that's a great idea. Maybe I'll take some button photos of this collection before I start breaking it up. I'll take them in my light box, so we've got some cool ones. Maybe we'll do something with that. That's great. That's a great idea. These are gorgeous. And look at how it has like this like 3 petal. And on the back, the shank is also glass like this. That's a pre-World War II. This gold one is also, the glass is that kind of camel color glass like this. Sorry, I'm trying to get this to focus in. Let me try that. And sorry about the state of my nails. I'm getting them done today, but I have not had time. I'm too busy listing products for you folks. But today I'm going to spend a little time in the manicure chair. So look at this one. I can't stand it. They're so good. I love them. So there's these two. Then I want to show you, I'm going to put these back in the bag though, so I don't lose them. That one. Some have already sold out, right? But let me tell you the one that really surprised me, that you folks loved and that we're almost sold out of. I got it in the grouping and I opened it up and I'm all, that's a cool little button. But look at what it is. Look. Look. It's a little mushroom hat dude. Isn't that just bizarre? I love it. He's walking with like a walking stick and I think like a package or a gift. And I was all right, mushroom walking guy. And you love that as much as I did. Let me show you what goes through the shank. Definitely a 1 millimeter. And if you click into the description, it has the shank size on it. Let me get some leather cord though, while you're looking at that guy. Let me grab, there's got to be some leather cord here somewhere. Bear with me here just a second. Let me grab some. Here we go. Here's some leather. Grab it from the other day. This is 1.5 millimeter leather. That's the one that you want to know. We use mostly 1.5 millimeter. So let me angle cut these so you can see it. If you can't get the 1.5 through, you can go down to the 1 millimeter. You could also just put a single strand. But see here, that 1.5, sorry, I was out of the way there. The 1.5 goes through fine. See what I did though? I did a nice angle cut. So that works. So we'll do this default and make sure that the 1.5. And let me know if you want to know something specific. Okay. So there's that. Let me check the pink ones for you. Okay. Let me just do that. Here. Yeah, it does. Look at that. There we go. Bear with me here just a second. I want to check something on our pink buttons because I might have a few more that I can put into stock. So just bear with me here because I thought that the count, just look at that pretty button and then I'll be right back. It's amazing to have the power to do that, right? Let me see. Bear with me here just a second. And let me sort these. I'm just, when I opened this bag, I will tell you what, I literally gasped. This is such a vintage, obviously it's vintage because it's pre-World War II, but it's such a 1930s dress, dress button. Bear with me here. Yeah, 23. I can put 2 more into stock. There we go. I've done that. And let me see. I've just updated. I just added 2 more in. So if you want that one, we were sold out. This one, the other pre-World War II, I'm adding the stock to that. So just bear with me a second. You're not looking at anything. Let me put something. We're going to talk about these next. These guys. Come on, because we talked about the cat beads. We've got to talk about these dog buttons. Right? There's some novelty buttons that are here. We're going to look at the novelty ones next. Bear with me here just a second, though. I need to add a little more to this. I just want to make sure. Okay, great. And I could add 10 more of those. Perfect. Okay. Thank you, my friends, for bearing with me here. Okay. There are some hilarious novelty buttons. This one is called Fido. This is the Moon Glow. This gray glass was known as a Moon Glow. Can you see that Moon Glow glass? The 1.5, it's super close. Let me give it a recut. You could also make a little wire wrap shank for this if you want this on your wrap bracelet. Let me get a 1 millimeter leather just to check that for you. I know 1 millimeter will go in there, but I want to do my due diligence here. But you could definitely do a little wire wrap. I'm going to get the painted leather because that's the thickest. This is the Indian, that fire color, but it's yellow. And little Fido has a little yellow collar on him. And let's see. Yeah, that goes through no problem. 1 millimeter is fine. Look Look at how cute he looks with this yellow leather. Oh, I can't take it. It's so cute. Then we got a borzoi bead. Let me find him. I know I'm rustling through all of my beads here. I got this. Where'd the borzoi go? I feel like I'm calling a dog show. Next up in the hound group, is borzoi in the hound group? I can't remember. The borzoi have left the building. Where did he go? No, seriously. Where's the borzoi? The borzoi has left the building. Did I take him out already? Well, let me show you these other novelty ones and I'll find them. These are, because they're in tiny bags. These are they're like an insect, a flying insect. Look at these. I love these. This is another novelty one. 1.5 goes through really, really well. And then the topper of all the novelties, my favorite one. Look at the boot. I mean, come on now. Doc Martin, anyone? It has that, it's a black glass and it has that iridescence. Let's see, I think the 1 millimeter will probably go through these. Yeah, 1 millimeter goes through just fine. Look at how cool that is. Looks great with that yellow. I'm kind of totally into it. But yeah, I love that insect. Let me really look for the borzoi here. Just bear with me. Because here he is. He was just hiding out. The borzoi is so good. Look at him. Right? There's the borzoi. The back of that has a nice big shank too. Definitely 1.5 fits in it. Yeah. But look at how cool he is, you know, and I love me some dogs for sure, but I didn't think I needed a borzoi button. Yeah, look at that insect. Is so cool. I love it. There's another novelty one, the scarab, which I love. Here's the scarab. So Egyptian revival. Look at it. It's kind of has that kind of, it almost has like a coral kind of a color. Also moon glow, I think. 1 millimeter fits through just fine. This yellow leather is going with everything today. Look at that. This yellow leather is, the color name is, it's this one right here. It's the fire leather. That's this that I've got. Look at that one. And this size, I'm not even showing you the size. I'm falling down on my job. 18.6 right there. Borzoi from the hound group is from like the tip of his nose to there. That's about 25 millimeter. And then our little Mopsy here, 18 millimeter right there. Yeah, Terry, that's so me. That's so me. I don't need the scarab. Also me, give me all the scarabs. Yeah, I have a lot of Egyptian revival glass, which is just, it's so my jam. So my jam. Let me show you another couple of things. This one, I love it. They called it the toggle. I want to use this for a closure, a bracelet closure. Look at this toggle button. Yeah, this would go really great with the turquoise leather for sure. Look at this toggle one. This one is, they're that white glass with the beautiful kind of coatings on the top. Totally permanent. They're not going to come off. That's a 10 millimeter. And this by that way. And this is 26.5 by this way. This would be great on a bracelet, right? Really cool looking. We've got a few more that have like this white it's white glass, and then with the coating over the top. And I want to spotlight those for you because they're a little different. Let me get, because some of them are quite large. And I just want you to know, I want you to see like the largest buttons we have. And then I'm going to get into my demo because you've seen it. You've seen these. Here's another one here. And then let me go to, I've got this one. I've got this one. Where's the green? Here it is. And the taupe. Let me get that. This one and this one. Okay. Oh, and then I've got to show you this. I also love this one. and then, yeah, but then this happened. Hang on. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, Janice, I knew you'd like that toggle. That is so, that's so you, right? Here's these also with the glass on the back. The button brand might have been Onyx, or the glass maker might have been Onyx, but these are stamped ONYX, Onyx on the back. It's kind of hard to see. But these have like a cherry tree motif, and we have them in three sizes and 4 colors. This is just, this green is so good. But they're very similar in feel to this toggle. And they all have very large shanks on the back. Okay. The other really large button we have is this, what's this one called? It's called like the crevice button. No, it's not the crevice. It's the, I'll tell you what it is. It's the creased grid in Blue Star Shine. That's what this one is. It has kind of a dip a little bit in the middle. This, I want to make like a velvet coat and put them on, right? Wouldn't this be gorgeous? 27 millimeter, also really great. You know how Allie, remember Allie had those buttons for Super Duo pieces with the button, and we're going to revisit this. Hopefully I can do another button trunk show when I do this project. But look, see, look at how great that would look just right on there. It would look great, right? So it would look good. It would look good with these. So if this is something you're planning on doing, you know, one of those large buttons would look terrific with it. We also have, this one's called the Rivet. This one, it's really, it has kind of like that disco ball feel on the inside. That's in lower relief, and then in high relief are kind of like these little nail head rivets on here. So gorgeous. About 18 millimeter. Okay. So, I want to show you though a couple of things, because Dawn, you just said exactly what I think. Buttons can be jewelry, and they, you know, I think they should be jewelry. I love wearing them as jewelry. I've done this demo with you before. Let me get this off so I can show you. It was a project. I don't know. I did it a long while back, where I did rings with buttons, and I thought that some of these, well, all of them really would make such good rings. This one is the one that I want to turn into a ring right here. It's, this one is the, I think this is the grid button. Let me look and see. I've spent so much time with these buttons, putting them up and photographing them and everything. Yeah, this is the quilt block is what it is. We have it in the Blue Star Shine, and then we have it in the gold. So no surprise that it's called quilt block, and I like it. So here's this one. Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to do a ring out of this, and then I want to show you these heart beads. The hearts have kind of been burning a hole in my idea, my creativity pocket. So I want to show you that. But let me get, I've got to find something here that's going to be large enough. Let me keep looking at that button. I might still have a ring mandrel here. I brought all my jewelry tools to the Fresno, to my remote studio. Oh, I do have a ring mandrel. Here we go. Good. Or I also have this piece of dowel. That'll be easier, actually, to deal with. And I'll measure this dowel. This will be perfect to put a makeup ring on. Okay, so for our ring making, and most of these buttons, thanks Liza for the question. Yeah, most of these buttons are vintage. They are from about the 1980s and earlier. The two that I showed earlier, these pre-World War II, these guys and the pink ones, these are pre-World War II. But these, probably most of these were made in the late 70s through the 1980s. The Czech button factories, they still are making Czech buttons, for sure, contemporary, right? A lot of them are. But they're becoming very limited in style and availability. And so we carry here at Bead Shop some staples, right? Like this wheel button. We carry some different staples of buttons. But they're just limited. It used to be we could get, just a ton of, shapes and sizes and these crazy novelty ones like the dogs and this, the boot and stuff like that. So those just are not being made anymore. They're just not. But thankfully, I'm able to get my hands on some of these for you. So let me use, I was going to use the quilt block one. And where did I put it? Well, I'll use this one instead. I don't know where it went. I'll use the bug. I kind of like the bug. We'll use this one. Okay. Oh, and thank you, Janice, for linking our regular Czech Glass buttons as well. Where did the quilt one go? Oh, no, here it is. It's right here. I'm going to stick with that one because that's what I started with. Okay. So I'm going to use a dowel for this. It's super easy to make rings, and they won't be permanent, right? You can cut them off of this wire and use them for something else later. But if you really want to adorn yourself with your button, like the minute you get it, you can make one of these. So my fingers are kind of large for rings. I think this finger is like a size 8. Maybe this is an 8. Maybe this is an 8.5. So I'm going to use this. I just found this piece of doweling. This dowel is a little under 20 millimeter or, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to re-zero it there. I meant to put it into inches. It's a 3/4 inch dowel. Okay. Yeah, you could definitely add a pin brooch, Curtis. Sometimes what I do too is I will just like put it on and I'll put a safety pin through the back, right? So I don't even have to stitch it on, right? And then you can just unsafety pin it and use it for something else. And yes, Leslie, I will be doing a live on that cuff. We have it on our live list, so we'll do that. Okay, let me get back to this. Okay, so 3/4 inch dowel. You can kind of, if you have a ring mandrel at home, you can size the ring mandrel to the size that you wear, but this is kind of off the cuff, literally off the cuff. Let me zoom out just a bit here. There we go. And I'm going to cut off about, I should work on the spool, but I want to measure for you to see how much I'm using. Maybe I'll cut off about 2 feet of wire. This is the Parawire titanium 20 gauge, right? About 20 gauge, about 2 feet. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to get my dowel and I'm going to wrap, and I'm going to leave a little bit of space there, and I'm going to keep wrapping. Now, before I wrap too much, I want to double check and make sure, yeah, that will fit on my finger, no problem. So I'm going to keep wrapping around. And it just depends on like how wide you want this band to be. I think I'm going to go about like that, right? And I'm going to set that down for the moment, and I'm going to get some 24 gauge wire. Okay. And Parawire is the brand that we carry. It's an American-made wire. It's made right in East Orange, New Jersey. It's really great. It's the wire that we like to carry. It's non-tarnish, it won't lose its color. It's a really great, high-grade American-made wire product. I love it. We love our Parawire around here. So I'm going to get some 24 gauge now. Okay, I'm going to slide this off, and on this side of my ring, on the underside, I'm just going to kind of bind it together, just because I want my ring band to be kind of wide, right? I want it to be kind of substantial. So I'm just going to make some neat little binds, I guess you could call this. See that, how that looks? Let me see if I can make this nice and close up so you can see it. There we go. See that? So now I'm going to cut off the extra here, here, and here. And since this is going to be worn on the finger, we really want to make sure that this wire is burnished down nice and tight. So I'm going to get my chain nose. There we go. And feel it with your finger to make sure that you don't have any rough edges there. Okay. So now let's make sure it still fits. It does. It fits this finger actually just fine. This finger, it still fits that finger. But remember, if you add a little bit of wire wrapping here, it's going to make your ring a little bit smaller. So I'm going to put this back on the dowel like this so I can work with it, so I can hang on to it. And I'm going to make a little twist here. Right? You could just stop here and make a really cool ring band or whatever, right? Play around with these ideas. I do this with like wire all the time. It's kind of fun to do. I'm going to slide on, this is the one I want. This is good because this has a metal shank, which is good. I don't want my shank to break off. So if you have a glass shank on your button, you know, you don't want it to break off. That's what I want to say. So just be careful. I'm just also keeping an eye on comments. So I'm going to come around with this long piece. I'm going to wrap just a couple of times. Actually, what I want to do, and I shouldn't have bound this wire together. I can always rewrap it because I actually want to wrap this around one more time. Let me straighten this out. I haven't made a wire ring in a while. So I actually want to put it here. Let me zoom the camera out a little bit so you can see it. Yeah, do use care if the shank is glass, but you can do it with a little lighter touch. And this Parawire is really super malleable. There we go. That's what I want. I'm going to send it through, then I'm going to twist it. And I want to show you how it looks on the back here. See how it's just going to go straight through there. Bear with me here. Let me straighten this out. I didn't have time to practice, so Sorry if I'm fumbling around a little bit. And I'll just rewrap that. I'm not particularly worried. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to come around and I'm going to wrap it around the shank. I want the button to be facing kind of in the right direction. So that's why, yeah, there we go. Just like that. Can you see that back there? Now I'm going to take this side, straighten this out. I could have even had a little bit of a longer tail for this too. I'm going to come in around below that button. See right there? And wrap that one too. Again, wire is unyielding, so you don't want it to crack your button. But see how it's nice and solid here, right? Nice and solid. Oh, Lorraine, thank you. You're so kind to say that. And thank you, Susan. I do, I like a dose of realness. I'm not going to hide it, right? So thank you. I appreciate those kind words. So now we're just going to come in and I'm going to clip away this extra wire. I'm going to pull it off of the dowel so I can really get my wire cutter right in there. I used a 3/4 inch dowel, and the wood dowel is nice because it won't be harsh on your buttons. If you've got a ring mandrel already that's metal, you can go ahead and use it. Just be careful not to knock your button next to it, right? Because the glass, when it meets the metal is unyielding, so there's no cushion there. So this comes around, and I'm going to clip it right there, covering to make sure it doesn't fly up into my head. Now, what we would do, instead of binding it at the beginning, we would bind it now. So let me see if I can cut this wire away and redo it, right? Let's make it look right. So I'm going to come in very carefully with my cutters and hopefully only cut, and try and find a little ridge there. There we go. Only cut away the little binding wires. There we go. Take those off. You could even do this with another color of metal. I use the titanium color because I liked how that contrasted with the button. But you could also do this with like the vintage bronze. Let me grab it. Here, let me show you that. This is a good time to take a screenshot, right? There it is. Yeah, sorry, I was out of frame a little bit. Let me, sorry, I was trying to make sure I wasn't cutting the wires too close. Let me do this. Let me put this into frame so you can see it. That's the wire I used. And let me go I want to get the vintage bronze color because I want to do a little bit of a contrasting color with metal. I think it'll look nice. So there's your screenshot time. I could use, for the binding, I used 24 gauge. You could also use 26. Here's the bronze. This is what I want. Yeah, that looks nice. You could also use the copper as well. I'm bringing both of those in, the antique copper. I need to put all of this wire up on my wall so it's right by my fingertips, right? So here's the bronze. Here's the copper. I think I want to use the bronze. Look at how pretty that looks with that. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm gonna clean this up just a little bit. I mean, you could wear it like this, right? All of these wires are pretty tight on here, so it fits. But I want to add just a little bit of extra here. Okay, so let me cut about 1 foot here. And these would look great. If you do holiday markets, you could make these rings all day long, right? Get kind of a vintage, like make a ring tray, out of like an old vintage cigar box and put all of these in lined up across, right? You will sell these all day long. I know, I'm surprised. I should have my wire just hanging off of me, right? I really should. I cut this wire way too long. There we go. So I'm going to bind this again. I'm going to start at the back. I'm going to do all these wires. Remember, if you do these bindings, the binding does take up a little bit of the size of the ring shank. So it's a good way to make a ring smaller. If you kind of on the fly, you can wrap a little wire twist around it like this. Like this. Yes, balling up this wire on the ends using sterling or even copper would be great as well. So here we go. Look at that binding. Looks really nice there. Very nice. Let's clip it. Smooth that side down. Clip this one. Smooth that side down. Not so it sits inside the ring shank, but kind of on the side and nice and tight in there. Yeah, it is kind of like a wire guard for a ring. Now, if you want to, we could add, let's see where this fits now. It fits pretty well on this finger, right? Look how, oh, it's really cool. Let me, I want to shape this up just a little bit, smush it together. Smush is the technical term for this. But don't overwork it too much, right? I want to see what a little bit of binding wire on the sides look like, you know, side stones, right? When you do a ring. Like this. Kind of push that together. Slide it up. Wrap it around the other side. You know, wrap it around that bead shank. The button shank, rather. And wrap it to the other side. This might not be quite as even as I want it to be. I need maybe a few more needed like just a little touch more wire, but you can see how that looks. I'll just make this one match. I'll unwrap it a little bit. There we go. Just like that. Sorry, out of frame. Sorry. Then I just get so into it and I don't look at the screen. Sorry about that. I know when I'm watching videos and somebody goes out of screen, I'm like, for the love of God, you're out of the screen. So sorry about that. There we go. Neaten these up. I wish I had just one more round of wire there, but it's all right. But come on now, look at the side view of that, right? You can take some screenshots here. Let me make this nice and clear for you here. Let me zoom in, zoom out, get the focus good. Okay. Janice, you don't say it. I do in my brain. For the love of God, get in the frame. Here's the wire I used. And the titanium wire. There we go. I'll let you screenshot that. I want to grab one more thing. I think you'll like, if I can find it, I think you folks will like this. Let's see. Yeah, there. Okay. This is something when I sell my rings, and as I say, these would be great for like if you do farmers markets or stuff like that. Let me show you. Let me zoom out so you can see what this is. This is a little square of leather. And when I did a lot of traveling and teaching and selling my jewelry in person, I love to make rings. And so it's just this little square of suede. What I did was I hole punched it and I put my my jewelry tag on there. And what you do is it needs to be leather so you can roll it into a cone. And then you can have your little ring display. Let me see if I can move the camera down. Can you see that? It's kind of, here, let me just take it out of the holder. There we go. Right? Like this. And so they all matched. I made a whole bunch just in scrap leather. There it is. Look at how great these look. But these would look terrific at your markets. You know, display is so important. And I actually have, I'll show you this display. I have a little thing right here. And I just lined them all up. Oh, sorry. I need to get camo back on. Sorry about that. I hit my finger hit it. Hang on. I'm coming back. There we go. Connect. Okay, I should be back. There we go. Sorry about that. I need to be very careful where I touch the camera. So you could put all of your little rings like this across on a little thing. And then if you had like another ring, you could put it there or whatever. But wouldn't that look cool? I think that half of the battle, my friends, when you are selling jewelry is to have a really nice display, right? I think that will look really good. There we go. Oh, good. I'm glad. I wanted to show you guys that. I thought that was kind of fun. Let me see if I can get my camera, though, back into position. There we go. Because I want to show you one more. I've got just a couple of minutes. Let me show you this, because this idea has been kind of rolling around in my head. So here's a good screenshot time. Let me do this. Here's the flat one. Here's this. I'll measure it for you. Right? It really does elevate the look. Here. This is kind of on the here. Stand up. There we go. You get the idea. Let me zoom out, and then I'll measure this little rectangle for you. Hang on. Or triangle. And notice how the triangle is curved at the bottom, and then these sides are straight. And the curve, you know, since it's a cone, it becomes a cone, it makes it nice and flat. I've been using this idea for years and years and years. This is in inches. It's about 3 inches here. 3. So these are all 3 inches, and then just connect it with so if you're drawing them or whatever, you know, 3 inches, and then a curve there. You can make a little template and then do with a chalk pencil or something on a piece of, like, this is just leather. This is scrap leather here. Do it on the back, draw them all on and cut them out. I thought that the little jewelry tag on top was kind of a fun little touch. Makes me look fancy. And there is our ring sold. Right? You could also do thick cardstock as well. You want it, though, to be pretty malleable so that when you form it into this cone, it's nice and malleable like this. Okay, and the cone just kind of comes together and sits flat. So I thought you would like that little tip. That is definitely a good tip, if I do say so myself. All right, let's take a look. These beads, these flippin' beads have, oh, Teresa, that's very smart. Use a little compass or a little, you know, like if you have one of those French curves or whatever, so it's nice. What's the widest measurement? I'll tell you, this measurement from here to here, I will tell you. It is, let me get my tape measure, and I'll tell you. That's also 3 inches, about 3 1/4, I guess, is what it is. Okay. But, you know, I just randomly made this up. So you play around if you want maybe a cone that's bigger or whatever. I don't know. you need to use something. Ultra suede will work if it stands up, right? So when this is in a curve like this, it inherently has more strength, right? Because it's kind of curved on itself like this. You just want to test it, test what you have. You could also use like quilt cotton or fabric if you like maybe interface the back so it's stiffer. Anything that's stiff enough will hold. So just as long as it holds like that. Okay, and they're kind of fun. And they just look really, really pretty on your display. And you can curve them tighter like this. I can have it go around. And so the ring kind of pushes down a little bit further on the piece like that. Okay. So yeah, so I can't wait to see if you play around with that idea. All right. Hearts. Let me move on to hearts because I have like this love-hate relationship with heart beads. I love hearts. I just did that bag with that anatomical heart embroidery that I really loved. If you were seeing on my socials, but these vintage hearts, I had these from our Tucson sales. These are from our latest Czech Glass sale. We've got a few of those left over. We have them in this lilac color. This is also a great market idea, and maybe I just have market in my head, right? Because I was at my studio before my dad's birthday party yesterday. It was art hop night, so I was in my studio just kind of putting stuff together, and people were like, "Where's your jewelry?" I'm like, "Oh, it's not out yet." So I'm just kind of thinking about things that might be fun to kind of sell. But look at how beautiful all of these look together. So I want to show you a quick earring that's been kind of burning a hole in my creative pocket, like I said. So Kelly, that's a really good question. And Kelly, you would do just the same thing. Let me show you. So instead of putting the button straight on the shank like this, you'd put the bead on, right? You would just slide the bead over, make sure that the wire fits through that bead, right? And then you would just, with the tails of the wire here and here, I would do those bindings like this and like this, right? So that the bead is kind of laying flat, but it's the exact same idea. Instead of having your ring shank here, your button shank here, you would just have your button, or your bead, sorry, I'm not making any sense. You'd have your bead, and it would just slide on, and then the ends of that wire bind around there and bind around there. Experiment with it, but it's not super difficult. Yes, Margaret, you are picking up what I am putting down. These are so Frida-esque. Totally. Everybody has a question about my jewelry tags. I'll tell you really quick about these. I got these. I've had these jewelry tags for about 20 years at least. There was a company back in the day called Rumart, RU-MART. I think that's where I got them. They were back in Providence, Rhode Island, and they used to make them. They used to make them for all the fancy companies and everything. The thing was they're made out of raw brass, and then you can get them plated in the different colors. The thing was that you had to get 100 gross. So a gross is 144, right? Times 100 pieces, that is 14,400 jewelry tags. All right. So it's really good that I got these early in my career, right? So I've had them ever since. Now, fortunately, you can get jewelry tags in a smaller amount. A lot of people make them. You can get a metal stamp made and stamp your own tags. A lot of people, I think now, maybe on Etsy, do it. You used to be able to get it done from Rio Grande. I don't know if they do it anymore. Lisa over at Beadshop has some really nice small jewelry tags that you can then stamp. You can get a custom jewelry stamp. I have a couple that also say Kate Richburg that I stamp my jewelry with. You can go to my buddy Danny Wade at find him on Insta. Danny Wade. He makes custom stamps. I think my buddy Hector Ortega also on Facebook. Let me get the stamp group for you. Bear with me here just a second. I will find it for you so you're not looking. My buddy Danny makes beautiful stamps. You've seen me work with his stamps before. He and I have also done like live broadcasts and stuff before. It's Faro Valley Tools, and he makes all of his stamps. But let me get his Insta. Not his Insta, his Facebook. Bear with me here just a second. I think you can just friend him. There's also, though, a stamping group. This is my buddy Danny. Let me put him up here in the chat. Bear with me here. Yeah, Metal Stamp Addicts. Yep, and it's the Metal Stamp Addicts Facebook group as well. And Beadshop, Lisa Kelly, who Lisa's a good friend of ours to Bead Shop. Let me get a metal stamp. Metal stamp. Here it is. He runs a really great, in my opinion, and I've known Danny, he used to work for Indian Jeweler Supply. I don't know if any of you bought from IJS back in the day. There's his Facebook group right there too. But Danny used to do like all the stuff back in the day for IJS, Indian Jewelry Supply. And IJS closed, I'm going to say in the early 2000s. So he just kind of went off it on his own and he does castings, a lot of like the Southwest kind of castings that I use in my jewelry and stuff. He sells, he casts himself and sells. Right? You remember Indian Jeweler Supply, right, JP? Yeah, Danny Wade. He ran that whole operation. He was so great. So you can message Danny through Facebook. He keeps threatening to come visit me and do a class in the studio, but you never know. It'd be really fun to have Danny here one day. But he's just a really great guy, really good stand-up, no crap kind of dude, knows his jewelry and makes jewelry tools for jewelry makers. So you can reach out to him, tell him you saw us on the broadcast. This is a total unplanned endorsement, but he has our full, with the full faith and credit from me and from us at beadshop.com. He is a good guy. But all of that to say is he will be able to create a personalized stamp from you. And then you can get your small stamps. You won't have to get 14,400 of them. This is actually the reason why years ago when I was married a long time ago, why I never dropped the Richburg. I kept the Richburg because I had 14,000 jewelry tags with that last name, and that's not a lie. Okay, let's get into it real quick with these hearts. This has been like one long tangent of a broadcast. So apologies. Sorry, not sorry, I guess. Let me get some head pins here. I think I'm going to get these guys. And I want to get some ADOT seed beads. And I'm just going to grab, I think we have like a random mix maybe leftover monthly mix or something here. Just get the seed beads that you like. I have no idea what this mix was for, but that's a good one. 8/0 are what I want here, I think. You could also use 6/0. Oh no, this is what I want. I want Dria's. This is the Playing Possum one. That was Dria's from November 2023. I'm going to use those. If you want to know what beads are in it, go to our monthly mix on the website. It'll see. Carrie, have a fantastic weekend. I hope you're getting better and better every day. Right. These are kind of like my Dia de los Muertos earrings. It is true. I'm going to start making those earrings again. Having a jewelry space, my friends, I cannot tell you how inspired I feel again. It's just nice to have all of my stuff together, things not mixed up here in the office, with me looking longingly at my hydraulic press going, oh, I wish I had time to make stuff. So yeah, here's some little black shadows, beads, and I'm going to use our niobium ear wires that we got back in with the silver. So I'm going to make first, and this is going to go at Kate's speed. You're going to do this at your speed, but I'm going to go kind of fast for this. Okay. Yeah, Pear Festival was Emily's mix. Let me get my rosary plier. Can you guys see okay here? There we go. I'm going to make just a bunch of tiny dangles. I'm going to use this mix, not even worrying about the bead that I put on. I'm going to put one black shadow in the middle and another one on top. And I'm going to make 5 of these. It was an inspirational day today. This broadcast was all over the place. But it's been fun putting up all of these little treasures for you. I was talking with Drea this morning because, I leave for my France trip in less than a month. I'm going to be gone, but don't worry. We'll have a lot of pre-recorded content. I'm going to have some Bead Shop Studio finds that are going to go live while I'm gone and stuff like that. I'll try and do some content and stuff while while I'm over there, while I'm teaching. It's going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So don't worry. I'll be on the continent for 2.5 weeks, but I promise you, I will not forget about you. I promise to come home. But we'll keep in touch. But I've been doing a launch schedule for everything that's launching for Bead Shop Studio. And I've got so much great stuff, if I do say so myself. That's the worst loop I've ever made. It's kind of out of my vision here a little bit, so let me see. But I've got such cool stuff. Some more cool beads coming. That's a little long. There we go. But it's been fun, and I'm really stoked that you guys like all these little treasures. I'm teaching the class. Thanks for asking, Susan. I'm teaching through my buddy Jen Cushman. It's on our homepage, I think, on Bead Shop. It's a 1-week retreat in Dufort, France, and I'm teaching a big necklace, my kind of advanced stringing necklace. I have a Zoom meeting with all of the attendees tomorrow. It's going to be fun. My mom is almost done with everyone's notebooks that I'm giving you, and it's going to be fun. So we're in Dufort in the south of France at the art house called La Cascade. It's going to be great. And I'm teaching for a week. And if all goes well, we might do it again. I might do it again next year. Let's see. Okay. So it'll be fun. So now what I'm going to do, I need to decide how I want to put these guys on. I haven't finished organizing. I just need one, like my kingdom for one jump ring. So hang on, I just need to find my jump ring box here for a second. Clasps and jump rings, there they are. I'm getting there. Like, there's always something to do. Always something to put together. But it's great. Getting all of these spaces and everything organized has been really, it's been great. So let me get some jump rings. These are probably our 4 or 5 millimeter, maybe-ish, right? So I'm going to see, I want these to have a little bit of movement. So I'm going to put all of these on jump rings. Now these could also be soldered rings. And I think, nope, not that one. I think I can put 2 per ring. This literally is a design that I was thinking about last night when I was putting things up. And I'm like, well, I don't have time to flesh it out, but I'll flesh it out on air. So thanks for staying with me. It's been kind of an epic episode. We've talked about vintage buttons, all the way from vintage buttons to how to get your own jewelry tags made. I guess I made 6. That's okay. 6 is good. Let's get this here. Get these open. These are the Xuron, kind of the snub nose pliers that we have. I'll show you. Let me get it out of my hand. We launched them, and I don't talk about them that often, but I use them all the time. It's these chisel nose like this. I use them a lot. I love them. Oh, I'm glad you like this leather background. I kind of like it too. So maybe that's my new gig. I don't know. I kind of like it myself. So here's that heart. We're going to put it on this dot head pin. I'm going to put maybe, oh, I know what I want. I want, let me see if I can find it. I want a saucer bead, I think. Hang on. You know, our little saucers that we just got. Janice is going to be doing a project with all the new metal beads and stuff that we've had. These metal saucers that we carry are just delicious, if I do say so myself. But see, there's that saucer. Here's that little bead. Here's another saucer. Maybe I just want to put them all. Maybe I want to do this. Let me see how they look stacked like this, because I don't want them to be too long. I want them to be bunchy. Yeah, there we go. See how that's how I want them to look. Are you picking up what I'm putting down on this? Then I need a little button or a little bead at the top. Let me put an 8/0. And let me bend this at an angle. I'm not going to wire wrap it. I'm just going to loop it because I don't want it to be super long. I'm going to cut. Roll this over. Straighten it out. Yeah, these chisel nose, they're short and stubby, so they're really made for opening and closing jump rings, right? So now I'm going to use this beauty. Just going to very carefully open it. I'm so thankful, Janice, that you found these again and got them in so quickly. Look at that earring with the little dangles. I'm going to put it on. I just have to put it on. I just do. So let me take this one off. I might try one, though I like the sizing of the spacers. Here, can you see that in the front? There we go. It's very Frida. See what I'm saying? Those are good, right? So if you're doing markets, right, these Czech Glass all doing them in kind of like a theme with different like accent colors and stuff. A theme. Can you imagine a really, really great display of just all heart earrings that have kind of this folklorico theme to them? I think they would look great. So, I guess that's it. Ooh, I've had all of my little tiny coffee. I'm going to have go have another one. Yeah, it is really cute. Look how cute it is. I'm going to make the other one so I can wear it. I'm pretty happy about that. So my friends, that is it. We have talked about button rings, where I had the ring on for a second. It's right here. The button rings. You could definitely do a heart ring like this. You just have the wire come out from here and then wrap one way and then wrap one way. That would be cool too. But I'm very pleased with this. Let me lay this down so you can screenshot it if you want to. Let me highlight that. There you go. That's with the red hearts that let me get my glasses out of there. Okay. The product will be up until it sells out. We'll just continually clear out the Bead Shop Studio stuff, keep clearing it out. We'll keep adding and adding. So stay tuned to the newsletters, my friends, for when new stuff goes into stock. I will see you on Wednesday. We will be launching some new symbols for Tyla beads. And I have, if I do say so myself, a pretty fantastic project for it. I've got to work on it this weekend. I've got a new mix coming your way. I know how you like my Tyla mixes, so that's coming. And then on Friday, a week from today, we're going to celebrate Janice. She's going to be on with me, and it will be her birthday broadcast with a fantastic new wrap bracelet from Janice. Andrea's done a couple as well. So have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Remember, if you do make orders from Bead Shop Studio, do put in the order notes so I can combine it with other Bead Shop Studio orders that you have made but have not processed. I'm going to have a little bite of lunch and we're going to do some shipping. So you'll see some shipping notifications a little bit later. Your shipping refunds, if I do combine your shipping, you'll see those a little bit later. So don't fret if you don't see a shipping refund right away. I'm going to bundle them together so it's a little more streamlined for me to do. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. As you know, we couldn't do it without you. Have a fantastic weekend. Go make some rings. Go make some earrings. Go make some art. Whatever it is that you do, go out, be creative. Have a great time. Talk to you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.